I feel like I'm in love with all my friends all the time. I've been loving them for so long.
What's special about the Moncton scene? What do you like about it?
The community is so there for you. Like, I remember when I released my first EP, I was maybe like 17 or 18, and I played at the Impress Theater on top of the Capitol. Like, it was fully packed. It was like a bunch of people in the cultural scene that were coming to support me, you know? And so that I always thought it was fascinating how people come together really quickly to help each other out. And it's still like that to this day. It's very bilingual, so there's a lot of French and there's a lot of English as well. So I think what I'd love to see more is more of a blend between the two communities.
The French and the English?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Since my music is in French, I've seen more French people in general in my crowd. But I've noticed I've tried to play in more English communities during the past years so that I could go get them, you know, and bring them to my shows. Like, I have an example in mind, but I played in Fundy. I remember it was like in a brewery, a Holywell brewery. And there was this guy there named Paul. Paul, if you see this, shout out. He's English and he doesn't speak a word French. And he listened to all the show and now he comes to all my shows. He doesn't understand it that much, but he loves it. And that's where you see that, like, music has no limit, you know? Yeah. You can enjoy any, but sometimes it's like, how do you say, like a barrière? Like a...
Barrier?
Yeah, but then you go to a show and then you're going to get surprised that you like it, you know? Yeah.
Well, music is a language of its own.
Exactly, yeah.
Be it in French, English, or Japanese.
Yeah, you can get touched by anything, you know? You can get moved by any type of music.
You did have time in France, which is a different French altogether, in a different world altogether. What did you take out of that experience?
It was intense because at that time I was also at l'École Nationale de la Chanson de Granby, which is in Quebec. I've had traveled before, but the first time that I was in two French spaces where they didn't really know what was going on with my accent at all or where I was from. I was in two French spaces at the same time, always explaining. So it was pretty intense to do that. And when I was in France, they would think I was Québécoise, you know? And then when I was in Quebec, I was just an Anglophone speaking French. So it was a weird, like, identity year of, like, explaining where I'm from and where my parents from and everything. But it was a learning curve that year. I learned a lot on that show. And it was like I had to work how to have a work ethic. And I was 18, so it helped me a lot for the later years of my career.
What about if I were to ask you for a song off of Rom-Com? What one would you like us to shine a spotlight on?
I think I would pick a song called Je te rappelle, which is on Rom-Com. And it's like a love song to my friends, to my girlfriends. I think, like, friendship is something that we don't put enough...
weight
on, and everything is always around the romantic relationships and everything, but friends are there through thick and thin. I've been lucky enough to have, like, my best friend since primary school, so and they're still, like, there's one living in Montreal close to me, so it's very nice. So I'd pick that one. It's my love song to my best friends. They're very important to me, and I feel like I'm in love with all my friends all the time. I've been loving them for so long. They've seen, like, all my breakups. They've seen when I was angry at my parents when I was, like, 12, you know, or 13, 14. We've played sports together. They know me very well, so they deserve the song.